Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? So, let's take a look at Tesla first. As you can see, we were in this channel. This is the 4-hour chart. We are in this. Actually, this is a bull flag channel. So, why? Because look at this whole bull run, huge bull run over here. And then now we are in this pattern. So, yeah, this is sort of a bull flag. Some possibilities there that we might find some support after dropping some support in this area, and we might go, but the real thing is we need to come out of this channel, come down to test it, and then continue our rise towards the upside. So yeah, keep an eye on this for Tesla. Going towards Apple on the 4-hour chart. So previously we talked about this $150 level being very important for Tesla. Let me remove all of this. So this level of 150 being very important, and currently price is trying to bounce off the moving averages in this region around 155. So that is possible that we see a small bounce of few days, and then maybe after that we continue downwards. But yeah, in terms of RSI we are at 30, so yeah, good chance that if we find some healthy support over here we might continue upwards. Moving on towards Nasdaq, as you can see, same story on the 4-hour on the Nasdaq, RSI at 30. So any capitulation or any good support in this area can push us back up, but as you can see, 12,000 being a psychological number will be important for Nasdaq. So keep this in your mind. 12,000, and of course this number over here 11,500, these two numbers are very important. Interesting one today is of course gold oil. Look at this. First it went up till 97.5, huge drop, and then trying to come back up. Maybe it will try to test 92.57, which is the 50 period moving average. So yeah, keep that in your mind on the 4-hour. Gold is actually in a very interesting area right now. There is bearish divergence forming on gold. Look at this. Continuously we have, look at this one first. Price is lower low, and then RSI roughly the same, and also over here lower low in the price, but RSI is in the uptrend. So this is a bullish divergence forming on gold, and this range is actually very important. Why? Look at this range. Let me move back towards the weekly, then you will see it. Look at this area. This whole area since 2020 has been a good support for gold. Even if I go back in time, it was previous resistance, so this has been converted to support, which is actually a good thing. But as you know, lot of news around the US dollar and the interest rate increase, that is why gold is suffering. And if we look at dollar index quickly, you can see that price has made a higher high over here, but then RSI is going downwards, which means we are seeing a bearish divergence forming on dollar index. So any correction in the dollar index will be good for both the stock market and the crypto market. So yeah, keep an eye on these numbers. If we look at this level, actually roughly how much is this, 104, 105, yeah, this area can be interesting for the dollar index. So we might see a correction towards this areas 105, 104, and then might continue upwards, but that upwards movement will obviously depend on the interest rate decision and what the US Fed says. So everyone will be looking at those things very closely, and we should be looking also. If not, if Fed signals that okay, this was one of the last interest rate hikes, that will be like 0.75 or 1%, then the moving on it will be 0.5%, then yeah, markets might be happy and we might see a correction of the dollar index maybe towards the 100 psychological level, and this of course will be very good for the crypto market and the stock market. So yeah, and talking about the crypto market, let's go in and see what is happening. Look at the 4-hour chart. This was our third bear flag over here. As you can see, 25,000 we broke down, stuck in this small channel, then broke down and again stuck in this small channel. If I zoom in, you can see how we are stuck in this bear flag again. So this one was how much? 21,700 till 19,700, $2,000 drop. If similar thing keeps happening, then maybe another $2,000 drop might take us to 18,500, 18,000, 19,000, somewhere in that region. And of course, how can we forget Ethereum, which is stuck in this range, which previously was also a very interesting range, and this was the range from where we actually saw the rise towards $2,000. So now we are back in this range trying to find some support, but again you can see, I will show you one thing over here. Look at this. Price is moving downwards, but RSI almost the same. So yeah, bearish divergence is there on the 4-hour. Let's quickly take a look on the daily also what is happening. On the daily we see that beyond roughly below 30, 35, this area is actually interesting in terms of the RSI. So we are still far away from here, possibility of going down again towards maybe 12, 1300, and then maybe we will see the RSI in this region. If not, this also looks like a head and shoulder pattern. If you look over here, look at this head and shoulder pattern is forming. This is the neckline, again testing the neckline. So yeah, drop from here will take us to 1200, 1300 area. So we are just looking at all the possibilities that are there, so we can plan our trades. If trade goes in what we are thinking, then of course we'll make some money. If not, then we need to think about risk management. We need to think about how can we put stop losses to protect ourselves. Moving on, looking at Ethereum, of course it is in the sell region. Let's take a look at Euro USD, also trying to gain back the parity at $1. So this is a psychological level at $1. Below this you can see a lot of volume happened at around $1. Why? Because of course this is an important level. Again, holding this level depends on what happens with the US Fed. Their decision will be very important. Let's quickly take a look at silver also on the daily chart, and once again we are seeing a very nice trend, which is, if I zoom out first of all, you can see that this price level actually was very important before. Multiple times resistance, found support once and then coming back again in this area to test it. So if I zoom in, look at this. Let's take a look from here. Price is making lower low, RSI almost flat. So beginning of a, what you call, bullish divergence, and as you can see this area or price level was important. So you can imagine that if any pump happens from here, then maybe we can see. If we try to build this, 1 minute, let's take a look at this, and if we pump from here, then yeah, we can reach 19.6. So 7.5% is possible on silver given this setup, which is the bullish divergence that is forming. Let's take a look at the weekly also for silver. Yeah, again you can see this whole level was actually very important. This whole range, $18 range, above 18, 18 and a half, 18 to $19 is what we can say. Let's put, yeah, $19 is here, $18 is here. Very important area for silver. If not this, then next area of importance will be 14.8, 14.5. If we are able to show a bounce from here, then yeah, it will be good for silver. But as you can see in the weekly, we are not seeing any divergences yet. Let's take a look at daily also. Daily we saw already. Let's take a look at 4-hour. So yeah, 4-hour also trying to form some bullish divergence not yet formed, but maybe soon it will be there. So critical time for silver. If any one of you is into trading silver, you might want to note this $18 level. Very, very important. Let's take a look at Netflix also. Yeah, of course, due to bad result and bad news, you can see the huge gap downs over here. Other than this, let's take a look on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. This area was important, 194, and of course this 170 area. We bounced from here and now getting rejected around this area, which is 250 almost, you can say. So yeah, possible that it comes down to test somewhere around here, 200 approximately, and then tries to bounce back. But again, see, this all individual stocks and all of these, they all depend on what happens in the market itself. So you can see that Nasdaq is showing a drop currently. Of course, we are going down. So if this downward momentum continues on the Nasdaq, then yeah, not much chance. I think it will try to test 12,000 level. Given that next month a lot of things are expected in terms of crypto, Ethereum merge is expected, inflation data will be announced, and most importantly, the Fed interest rate decision will be there. So important, next month is very important. Possibly we can go down if market becomes suddenly fearful. And talking about fear, we can check the fear and greed index also. Currently Bitcoin fear and greed index is sitting at 23. So we are in extreme fear. We just entered extreme fear. In terms of the stock market, we are currently neutral. Interesting. So possibility to go further down. So as you can see, let's go to the Bitcoin dominance also. Similar story in the dominance, nothing much happening. Of course, this is a very important support area on the weekly. Any pump from here will not be good for the altcoins. So yeah, keep an eye on this. S&P 500, yeah, again correcting. 3900 roughly is the psychological support level. So once again, as you can see, most of the markets are trying to correct themselves. Of course, next month is important in terms of both crypto and the stock market. US Fed decision is there, Ethereum merge is there. So markets are more towards the correcting mode, and they will show support if positive news comes out regarding these events. So we have to keep an eye on these events. If you are actively trading into the markets, please use proper risk management, take profit, stop loss, use these things. If you don't know about them, please learn as soon as possible, because if you don't use stop loss and take profit, you might blow up your account. So please consider these things, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow.